Hey guys, today we are doing lesson 7, which is comparing functions. First thing we're talking about is initial value, which is our starting value. That's also known as our y-intercept. Our rate of change is our second definition, and that is the difference in the y values divided by the difference in the x values. Another word for this is slope, which is rise over run, if you remember that. Now, we have an equation, y equals mx plus b. This should sound familiar for linear functions. And our m is our rate of change. So that is our rate of change. And our b is our initial value, okay? Excuse me. All right, so our first example, to make sense of this, there are 12 gallons of gas in a car's gas tank. The car uses 1 gallon of gas for every 22 miles. So our initial value is 12 gallons. That's our starting value. Then our rate of change is the difference in the y divided by the difference of the x. So that is 22 miles divided by 1 gallon. So 22 miles for every gallon. Okay. Now let's start comparing and making sense of this. So comparing functions. Let's talk about a cell phone plan. Kang's service. Let's copy this table down and then think about what it's saying. So we have when the cost is $20, that's 0 tax. When the cost is $30, that's 10 tax, and so on. When the cost is $50, that's 30 tax. Cool. For Verizon service, like that, we have C equals 2t plus 10. C is the cost each month, and T is the number of texts. So we need to compare the rate of change in the initial value. So for this service plan, for Kang's service plan, the rate of change, you do the difference in the y divided by the difference in the x's. So any difference, 30 minus 20 is 10, and 10 minus 0 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. If we had picked those two, 50 minus 40 is 10, and 30 minus 20 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. So it didn't matter which pair that we picked. For the Verizon rate of change, you have to look at where the m is, right? The m is our slope. So we have C equals 2t plus 10. So 2 is the number being multiplied by our text. So 2 is our rate of change. And our initial value is the cost that's alone, right? That initial cost, and that is 10. So we have to compare these two values, right? So you're looking here, compare it. Well, at the rate of change, Kang's rate of change is 1, Verizon's is 2. Verizon rate of change is bigger. Kang's initial value is 20, Verizon initial value is 10. So Kang's is bigger, and that's what we're stating when we compare. So that's what you're seeing here. Kang has an initial greater value, but Verizon has a greater rate of change. Now we'll do some practice.